Excuse me. Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Great cloudy day. I'm Great Cloud. Says the eternal moment. It's gonna be a short and sweet one here this morning. Haven't even went for a morning walk yet. I've got up, cleaned up over there the puppies. They're outside right now and everything. I had a wonderful day yesterday. I just something occurred or something came up in my head. I just thought I want to be out of the trailer. First, I was trying to just go to the store, and then it kind of came to me. I was like, I asked my neighbor, I said, "Do you feel like just taking a ride to this town?" Not too far. It's about 25 minutes away, but they have an Ollie's and a couple other things that's cool. And I hadn't been there in a couple of years, so we went. I didn't get a lot or whatever or anything, but we enjoyed the day. And on the way back, we stopped at a park, and I took some photos and took a few short videos. I've uploaded those to both channels, different ones, of the ducks and stuff, and I hope y'all saw those. Yeah, it was a wonderful day. Just I just got away for a little while, and I didn't think too much about what kind of chores I had to do or what else I needed to read or wanted to read. And when I say need to read, is I have a certain set. I have goals during my day of I'd like to know that I read this many of these comics that are sitting here, or that I've read a certain amount of certain things that I'm personally studying. And sometimes I miss that mark, and that's just part of it. But I enjoyed the day, and I experienced the moment in its true beauty, so that's a plus. But I chose this early morning to do a Living a Life Awareness meditation. It's actually the next one right after that second agreement that I read yesterday. And I will try either today or in the next few days to get some more videos back onto the playlist for the Living a Life of Awareness. If you go over there, there's, like I said yesterday, there's about 30 videos on there already. So there's many more to put on there. I just have to scroll all the way back through till whenever I started doing those videos. Remember now, I do everything on a phone. If I had a computer, I'm sure it would be a lot easier. I could go in and check, probably go further back quicker and find all those videos a lot easier. But it is the way that it is at the moment, and has been for several years. This one is respect. This meditation that I'm reading for you today is called Respect. Regardless of how many lectures I might give to my children, they will learn respect by observing how I treat them, others, and most important, myself. Respect means that I honor the choices of another. I honor their yeses and I honor their nos. Respect and unconditional love go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. Like love, respect is contagious. A lot of people talk about respect, but I don't think they understand how it works really. So, anyway. Practice. To teach love and respect to others is to practice in every moment. Is to practice it every moment. So to teach love and respect to others is to practice it every moment. If every encounter you have with another person, ask yourself, am I showing this person respect? With awareness today, remember that your actions are your example to the world. Be the teacher of love and respect to all fellow beings by honoring them and their choices. Yeah, I mean, but some people seem to think that there's some people sometimes you can tell the absolute truth to, and they'll tell you you're disrespecting them. Because they live in their head, and they live in a lie, a world in their head full of lies, and lies they tell themselves. So sometimes when you bring up certain things to them, they may be like, stop disrespecting me, because you're just simply telling the truth. Now that doesn't mean if you have actually done something heinous towards somebody, if you've said something out of line and you have disrespected something, that's different. But sometimes I think some people take it, I think sometimes people think they're being disrespected when they're really not. And then also you've heard that old saying, like, you kind of have to be able to, in order to receive respect, usually you need to know how to give respect. But I get what this is telling us. I do try my best to be mindful of others. I try to think about how I'm talking to people. Now, that doesn't always come out right. That doesn't always mean that I'm on point. But I try to approach people at their level, and I try to approach it with, okay, if they're giving me a certain level, even sometimes people that don't necessarily give me any kind of like whatever proper respect or whatever you want to call it, I still try to be respectful. But there are times that sometimes people can say things and do things, and you'll find yourself reacting the exact same way back to them. Does that make it right? Not necessarily. You know, that's why I'm delving back into studying the 4 and 5 agreements, or the 5 agreements. I'm really getting back into applying that in my life, if I can, as much as possible daily. So if I can be impeccable, and I can learn to take things less personally, and I can make less assumptions, and just always put forth my best effort in the day, while I'm also learning to listen to other people, but also be skeptical of their stories, because at the end of the day, it's usually stories you're hearing. And whether they're true or not, sometimes just listening is enough. Doesn't mean you have to believe every story they tell you, but you can listen and you can be skeptical. You can ask questions, and whether you're asking them questions or not, you can ask yourself the questions. And I have to be skeptical of myself quite often. So I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to try to take a first morning walk. It feels pretty good this morning. I think we're going to get up into the 80s today, though. We were only in the 70s yesterday. It was a really nice day. But I think it's still going to be fairly pleasant, and I'm going to try to enjoy this day. I don't plan on going anywhere, really, unless somebody comes by or something. That really don't happen. Very rarely do I get visitors. Occasionally. But, yeah. So, and then Gray Cloud is good. But I didn't get in some of the reading I wanted to do yesterday, so I'm going to attempt to make myself do some heavy reading here in a little bit once I come back and from the walk. Because on the walk, I don't know what all my thoughts will collect and think, and there may be something else I think about that would be good for another video, or even things that I might, if I do a live stream, things that might be talking points. I don't know yet. I'm a little nauseous right now feeling, so it's kind of like I've had a little bout with my stomach this morning. Not necessarily nauseous, but just it's turning, and so having to deal with that. Enough of that, Gray Cloud. This video is way too long already. Guys, I really appreciate you watching, and I'm going to get out of here. Until next time, old guys here, this is the Sage of the Eternal Moment. Over and out. And ditto equals I love you. If you didn't know. If you're a new viewer, that's what I say at the end of every video. And ditto is a special word that I used with a special friend. A very special friend that died in 2018. And ever since, I've tried to use that word. Did I do it all the time? No. But once I started this channel, that is my way of honoring Sarah. As I tell all you guys, ditto. Because ditto means, for me, I love you. Without having to say I love you over and over and over and over, and driving it into the ground to where the word love don't mean much anymore. But to say ditto, and if you understand it, good. Every once in a while I throw that in there for the new people that haven't been watching the channel long, and they might wonder, why does this guy say ditto at the end of everything? Why does everybody say ditto in his comments? Well, now you know. Have a good day.